Samsung's launched the Galaxy J5 and J7 in India, and for a price of 15,990 rupees, we're going to see if the J7 stands up to its expectations. My name is Bharat Nagpal, and today we're going to be reviewing the new Samsung Galaxy J7 for 2016. Before we go ahead with this review, I'm going to answer one question that everyone's been asking. Both the J5 and the J7 are still missing the light sensor, which means that you won't have any ambient lighting. It won't automatically adjust the brightness of the display. And also both the J5 and the J7 come without a magnetic sensor. That means that while you're navigating, your device will not turn automatically with respect to the direction in which you're pointing, which according to us in 2016 is just inexcusable. Now, if you've seen our review of the J5 for 2016, you'll find that in terms of design and build quality, the J7 is more or less identical. You do get a larger 5.5-inch display, but you get the same 1280 by 720p resolution. The device does have a metal frame and a brushed plastic back panel. Over the front is an all-glass finish, and you do have the home button flanked on either side by touch capacitive buttons. The power button and the volume rockers are also made out of metal and are extremely tactile. Now, unlike the Galaxy J5, the J7 is running on an Exynos chipset, which in terms of performance is almost doubly fast for a price of only rupees 2,000 more. We're going to stop our review right here and tell you that if you're choosing between the J5 and the J7, and if you don't mind spending the extra 2,000 rupees, then the J7 is definitely a better choice than the J5. Talking a little more about the specifications, you also get 2GB of RAM, 16GB of storage, and 128GB expandability via a micro SD card. Now, the display is a Super AMOLED display, and you get really nice colors, you get good visibility indoors and outdoors, and the display is extremely bright. You do have an outdoor mode which will shoot up the brightness to an extreme high, which may come in handy, as the name suggests, if you use this device outdoors. The back of the phone also has a Samsung S7 type of edge, which gives it an extremely comfortable grip when you're holding it in your hand. On benchmarks, the J7 scores almost double when compared to the J5. The Exynos chipset is far more stable and snappier than the quite dated Snapdragon 410 that we found in the J5. Overall, we found that jumping between tasks and day-to-day use was quite snappy, and from the J5, it was a world of a difference. While gaming, you'll also find that games like Asphalt run on full graphics, and we found that there was little or no lag while gaming. Even when we got phone calls between our gaming sessions, the phone would not hang up or lag, which is extremely good considering that last year's phone had all of these problems. The new J7 for 2016 runs Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow and also has the layer of TouchWiz that Samsung puts on every device that they launch. Even with the user interface, you'll see a very iconic Samsung layout. You'll see Samsung applications, Microsoft applications, Google applications, mostly capable of doing the same things. The Microsoft apps can be turned off, and so can some of the preloaded applications. They can be disabled. They cannot be completely uninstalled from the device. Out of the 16GB on board, you get about 11GB available, but you can add a 128GB micro SD card to boost up your storage, and that is supported by the device. Now, the cameras are the highlight of the J7, as they were for the J5. You get f1.9 apertures. Camera clicking speeds are much faster and processing times are much slower when compared to the J5, thanks to the big performance boost given by the Exynos chipset. We found that the images were slightly more sharp on the J7 when compared to the J5, and low light performance was also better. Video quality also seems to be a tad bit better. The 13-megapixel sensor at the back will shoot full HD video, whereas the front camera will shoot 5-megapixel stills. You also have a front-facing flash in case you find the need to use that. Now, the battery also gets a slight boost on the J7. You get a 3300 mAh battery, and we found the battery life to be more or less identical to that of the J5. You also have something called the ultra power saving mode on both these devices that will improve your battery life quite a lot, because it mostly turns off all networks apart from those needed for making phone calls, and it also dims the display and makes it monochrome so that you're not using a lot of battery on the display. On this mode, the device can literally go on for days, but if you're not using the ultra power saving mode, if you're a medium to heavy user, you'll find that a whole day will not be a problem using the J7. As far as networks are concerned, the device supports dual SIM card capabilities with 4G on dual standby. Just like the J5, you also get the ultra data saving mode, which Samsung claims can save up to 70% data. So we did activate it, and we found that roughly 25 to 30% data savings were there, but overall performance from the data capability was much lower than expected. But in return, it does save up some of your data costs, which may not be such a bad thing after all. Networks were robust and call quality was also pretty good. We did face call drops on the J5 as well as the J7 when compared to similar devices in similar situations. From a pure specifications and performance point of view, the J7 may not be the best bet for the price that it's been launched at. There are several devices that offer much more in terms of specifications and capability for a much better price. The OnePlus X, even the OnePlus One, and many other devices from many other companies including Motorola, LeEco, Xiaomi offer a lot more in terms of performance and capability. While the J7 may not be a powerhouse of specifications, it does have a great build quality and design, and also has impressive cameras, which may be enough for a lot of people but may not be enough for those looking for great power and great performance. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. You can check out the full review on iGyan.in, catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you've not already subscribed to iGyan. We've got a lot more reviews coming up for you shortly. Until I see you next time, guys, this has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching.